Right then guys, just gonna do this quick video for initial settings and setting up Automobilista 2 for the first time. The first thing you want to do is, it's in chat, is the custom FFB settings. This completely transforms the feel of the game and I'll talk about it later on, but to do it, you download it, it's in the Discord. You then drop the FFB custom settings file, the way it's written here, into Documents, Automobilista. There it is, there, highlighted. There will be one already in there, maybe. If it's the very first time, there won't be. But you just drag it, drop it in here, and it'll overwrite the one that's in the game. Right. Another one that not many people know about that I've seen was, if you've got only for NVIDIA graphics card. I don't know about other graphics cards, but this game likes 16 times anisotropic filtering. I think that's how you say it. So if you go in here and see, you actually set it in the graphics card because you can't do it in the game. I'll also scroll down so you can see my other settings. I've changed a couple. Low latency mode, ultra, prefer maximum performance, off, extra high quality. This was off. I think Gamer Muscle did a video on this. But yeah, this 16 times anisotropic filtering, do it in the graphics card settings because you can't do it in the game, and it drastically changes performance. I said to Roger when I first started, I was getting jaggy lines around edges of sunlight and barriers and things, and this all but eliminated it for me. So just go in control panel, manage 3D settings, find the game. There it is, and it's this one. This is going to be 2. You need this AVXXC. And then you just go in here, change the settings to what you want, and click apply, which doesn't show because I haven't changed anything, but that's what I got. All right. Wait, better start the game up so you can see. Oh, wait there. This is going to change depending on what wheelbase you have, but I've got Fanatec, Fanalab, CSL, so I'll show you my settings in there because this can make a difference, but not massively, right? I don't want Fanalab. Fuck that off. Control center, just be easier. Right, so 8mm boost kit, and if you go to the menu, so this, like some people say about auto, but again, I think it was the Gamer Muscle or that Brazilian guy say pick your sensitivity, and then you do what I'm about to do in game. So yeah, I'll leave it on screen so you can see. That's what I've got. And anybody that's got, I've got the McLaren CSL with the clicky dials to change TC. If you want to use those, the multi-position coder has to be on auto, and the game will automatically pick it correct. If you goes constant or pulse, it'll go per position instead of up and down, and that's a nightmare. So you want auto, okay? There you go. It should be long enough. You've seen that. Let's start the game up. Yeah. Sorry, drink some tea. I'm gonna pause this, but just fast forward. Come on. Right, here we are. You've landed straight into the options. What should we do first? Gameplay, might as well start there. Oh, people that weren't getting HUD, where is it to? It's in here somewhere, in gameplay. Driving assist. You have to have driving assists on authentic, otherwise any of these, it won't work. You won't get TC and ABS. So driving assist allowed, authentic. There you go. Leave that on screen so you can have a look. That's what I'm running right now. Right. And then display, another one that I've seen, I don't know if it was that Game of Muscle again, all the different display settings. Where was the one? No, head radar zoom. No, this isn't the one, sorry. It was in here. Right, that's what I've got. See what I was on about with the anti-subtropic? The game will only go down as far as 2, but it will not go up to... Oh, no, it does go up to 16. Okay, it was only going up to 18 before. Okay, cancel everything I did with that. I got on 2 with it in the graphics card, whatever. And I found the settings spot on. And this pause on focus loss is the problem, like, if you tab away from the game and then the game freezes, this is the setting that you need to change. So when this is on yes, every time I click away from the game, it'll freeze. If you click that to no, it'll stop doing that. And you want window mode borderless to be able to F11 in and out of stuff. Okay? No VSync needed. Yeah, I've got it all on mostly ultra. I'm only running a 8-year-old graphics card. Motion blur off, enhanced mirror no, auto detail high. If you've got a powerful computer, you could probably put that up as well, can you? Yeah, you can go particle density ultra. That just makes more fog and whatever, not the quality of it, whatever. And visual FX. Right, this is the one I was on about. Turn all the movement off, bar for... No, sorry, this is the sun flares. So I keep the exterior sun flares on, but then this is the one, crepuscular rays, is like the fake focus you would get if you're looking through a lens, like you'd get that line coming from the direction of the sun. Well, you know, if you want it real, you're not looking through lens, you're looking through your eyes. So I turn it off and then keep the exterior, so that's the actual real life outside of the car, sun flares coming at you. Bloom, heat, haze, all that. Yeah, job done. Screen do it. That's, you know, up to you. Turn vignette off. Don't want that. And where's the one for movement? There it is, movement. Right, so that's just the default camera settings. You can change those. But this is the one. Default, you'll have all different ones for these. But I found in that Game of Muscle was on about it. You turn all this off and it'll fix the camera so you don't get the movement, or this legacy head movement, so that like your driver will slowly, slightly move your head inside the car. But all of the rest of these, I found it was just off-putting. Every time you go over a bump, your camera is jumping up and all over the place. I've just turned it all off. I find it much better. But that's up to you. And then controls. Right. I've already done it, but I'll do it for people. Right, you've got your wheelbase, you've got your different types. Mine's on your, it actually in-game. Just it's found it, but some people's might not be on here. So if you have a problem with yours not being on your custom, and then you can do this yourself. Yeah. So if your wheelbase isn't listed on here, that's the one to do. But that's an individual thing. I'd have to talk to each person. Mine's on your combined pedal because mine pedals are connected, and then this is what you have to do. So I've got mine in a fan, have you seen it earlier? It's 1080 I've got as my sensitivity. So you have to go in here, just keep turning the wheel until you fill the bar, right? So that's that done. I've hit the bump stop, so it now knows my full range. It's lock and a half for me at 1080, I think. So you just click next. And then this one, now hold the wheel 90 degrees. So obviously I'm on 1080, 980, 1080 is going to be 90 degrees. This is really fiddly, trying to catch it. I'm going to do it now, I'm recording. Come on, come on. You don't have to get it bang on, but I'm a type. There it was, 1080, job done. So simple. And now, all those people that are having problems with steering lock in cars or whatever, the game will do it automatically for you. So you don't put the auto setting in your wheelbase. You select a sensitivity, and then you do this in the game, and that's it, done. I've got it at 1080, and I found yesterday when coming up the pits doing full lock in certain cars, it was a nightmare. I'm almost turning the wheel 3/4 of the way round, almost a full way round, so you could knock it down to 900 or 640 or whatever you want. Whatever you prefer. Obviously, the smaller the steer ratio, the more twitchy the car will be. But there is another thing for that as well. But anyway, 1080 is where I like it, so... Configuration, there you go. There's all my brake sensitivities, dead zones, all that. Browse it, have a look. Again, this is something down to yourself, you're going to like, but that's what I've got. Edit assignments. Now this is where you go in. Because my wheelbase was detected straight away, it's already detected my steering axis and all that. Now I know Robin had fun with this with his... there's a workaround for it, but the workaround is different for different manufacturers. So again, it would have to be dealt with on an individual thing. So brake, clutch, gear up and down. That's all I've got on my wheel. In the car then, ignition, start engine. It's all pretty simple. Headlights. I've still got it on the keyboard. High beam, joystick, boost, windscreen wipers. There's a setting for auto, so I haven't bothered with that. ERS. I haven't bothered with that. There you go. And I've put TC, like I said, on those dials. Me and Roger took ages to do that. I haven't got anything else. This is just for reference for other people. These are the settings I got, and I think they're working fine. Reset car, that's a good one to have. Like if you're miles off track and you can't make it back, quick tap and you're back to where you want to be. Right, here we go. Force feedback. So you've put the custom file in, and you're probably on default or default plus. Right. All you do, click that over to custom, and then this will be those settings that was in that custom FFB file. And then you've got your gain like you had in ACC. I got 8 Newton meter base, 70 Newton meter, 70 on the gain. I find it like if I crash into a wall, it almost fucking broke my wrist the other day. This is strong enough for me. Low force boost. I've watched loads of things on this and I can't really give an explanation, but I think it's just a multiplier. It just multiplies your gain already, so I've got it down quite low. The main ones to figure out from here is the FX and damping. So FX is road feedback, so your tyres going over any bumps, stones, the grass, going over curbs. That's the constant rumble that you'll get. And when I first put this on and it was up high, Christ almighty, it was shaking my rig. I was worried I was going to get roused downstairs. It was beyond. Turned it down to 50, settled there, happy. So FX stands for tyre feedback basically. And damping, I initially thought that meant the damping in the wheel, like how fast it returns and stuff like that. It's not. It refers to the suspension of the car, damping. So any adjustments you make here will increase or decrease how much feedback you get through your wheel for things like body roll and, you know, all the plethora of things that activate your suspension, which will give you the feeling of the connected or not connected to the car, connecting the car to the road. So like people will say, oh, you know, I feel like I'm floating or whatever. This is the one. This is the one that'll do it. This is the nicey nices extras that you can do. You could still drive the car on zero. You prefer having the feedback, but you don't need it. But this is the one that will really change how it feels for you. I haven't driven a lot of cars. I've left it. I think it was on 55. I put it down to 50, and I'm going to work on this and change to dial it in. But just those settings alone feel awesome. And this one, menu spring strength, is literally if you've got your wheel at 90 degrees and you click to go back to the garage, brings the car back to center. So you put it on the lowest setting so that you don't forget about it. You hit yourself in the nuts or bust your thumb or something like that. Whatever. You get it. And then this is the per vehicle FFB, which I shall show you in a minute. Yeah, that's all the settings you need for there. The other one is HUD. Why is it not showing me HUD? I think you actually have to go into a game to see the HUD. Yes. Yeah. Let's go race menus, start a race, whatever. Yeah, that'll do. Again, could have paused this, but I didn't. Whatever. Right, here we go. Every car, like Roger said before, first thing to do is not there. Edit setup, and an advanced setup, and your brake bias. This is what you want to change. This is what I was on about earlier in chat. You really need to utilize practice, because what I've read and seen online is that you go out in the car, you drive it, and you want this setting so that you are only locking the brakes up when you are 95 to 100% travel on your pedal. If you were locking up, like just pressing it or halfway into the pedal, then bring this up and down. Roger and I agree. 70, 75, 80, 85%, you know, most cars are around there. You need to go, you really do need to practice for every time you get in a new car. Obviously you've got all the other adjustments that we won't get into now, but this is the main one. Like, people say, oh, the brakes are crazy. They are crazy, but they're crazy because they're realistic. So what I do is I go out, do a couple of laps, find some long straights, whack the brakes on early, and keep doing that until you are not locking up on initial press. You can still lock it up on there, 75, 70, 80%, but you get what I'm saying. Reduce your brake pressure. And then when you do that, you just say done, save it, create new setup. I don't need to, I've already done it, but create new setup, save, and that will be it saved for that car then. Wherever you go, any track, those brake settings will be saved. And in here is where you can adjust your TCs. And then as long as you've got that authentic setting on the driver assists, you do that, again, done, save, saves to the car for wherever you go, and then you can adjust them on your wheel to your heart's delight. And then the rest of it, we'll do a follow-up video when I actually figure out how to do setups on this car, or this game. And then the only other one then is the HUD. Let's just capture loads of other people out. Here's your HUDs, there is everything, it all looks fine and dandy. But you can move it. See these little boxes on the side? It's not on that one, obviously. See the level? On default, it'll be on minimal, and this is why you don't get anything in race. To get your relative times, you need to turn it on to full. Same with this one. It starts default on minimal, you just don't see anything, nothing comes up. So you have to click it on the full. And then you can put these wherever you want. Drag it by there. You can go over there. Again. But, like, if you look at that, the first time you come in here, you'd think, oh, everything's sorted. What's the problem? You've got to click on the box, then get these two bars up, then you've got to click on there and turn it on to full. Yeah? Same with all of them. That's if you want it all. I would highly advise it, because this one then will tell you who's in front and who's behind. So I'm there in the middle, it's showing me 3 in front of me and 3 behind me. And we can't do anything with this yet, but in the update we are getting a full track map by all accounts, which will make avoiding other people easier. Right. There you go. Oh yeah, show you my audio as well. I think that the audio is a bit overzealous on locking the brakes up. And like if you use audio cues to adjust your braking, you might want to turn this down. I've got it down to 20. Some people turn it off completely, but I think on default it's on 80. And you just touch the brakes and it sounds like you're locking up when you're not actually locking up. So this might be another thing that's twisted people's heads with the braking. So just play with that one and turn it down. And that's what I've settled on for all my audio settings. So there you go. Pause, have a look. Like I said, this isn't definitive. These are not the exact settings, but this is what I'm running with and I'm quite happy. And it's just for reference for you guys so you can see what I'm doing and change what you want. There you go. Hope that explains. That's basics. You know, be another video when we start going on to setups and getting into lobbies and things like that. But that's just my settings, how I think after reading and watching loads of YouTube videos and reading loads online, talking to Roger, this is what I've come to, and I think it feels amazing. Right, nice one, guys.